Hello, my name is David Ewen, and I'm from the Resurrection Center. My pastors are Pastor Jose Martinez and Pastor Millie Martinez. Our message tonight is related to respect, and this is the Bravehearted Men's Ministry, which is a ministry of the Resurrection Center located in Springfield, Massachusetts. So let's begin. Respect is a basic moral value or need which makes us aware that we are human beings, not wild animals. So we should respect others and should be respected by others to improve our humane identity among all other creatures present on this earth. Respecting others is a silent way to express our feelings for them. It's an unspoken way of communication which builds unshaken and strong relations between people respecting each other. When a person shows respect for someone, then it means that the person has some value for him. Some people, particularly younger generations, think that showing respect to someone means that you are degrading yourself. They take respect as a sign of weakness or inferiority, which could harm one's self-respect. But it is absolutely wrong, and that is not the concept about the basic trait or emotion which makes us a real human being. So we're going to talk more about it. We all have a need for a sense of identity, and a key way we get this is in a way the others acknowledge us and treat us as if we are important and have good reason to be there. When we are respected, people take us seriously. Listening to us, seeking to understand, we are admired and valued. When we are taken seriously, we are accepted and esteemed. There is an external and internal elements to this need. Some need regular acknowledgement from other people, while others have a sufficient self-respect and are more internally driven. To not be taken seriously is to reduce our social status and hence our identity. When we are trivialized or ignored, we feel smaller and somehow less. As a result, we may become depressed, frustrated, or angry, and may take revenge in subtle or very public ways. The opposite of respect is contempt, which is a key predictor of divorce and breakup. When one partner shows contempt, the relationship is very likely doomed. Showing contempt to anyone is a deep insult and will often make them very unhappy with you, whether they show it at the time or not. So today's agenda. What's respect? We're going to talk about morals plus manners equals respect. It's an equation. Morals plus manners equals respect. We'll talk about, number 1, 4 kinds of authorities that deserve respect. And number 2, 5 reasons to respect people around you. So again, we talked about what is respect. Morals plus manners equals respect. So morals, that's a person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what is and not acceptable for them to do. These are the values, principles and standards. There's also manners. We'll talk about manners. Morals plus manners equals respect. Manners, a person's outward bearing or way of behaving towards others. So you add it up. Morals plus manners equals respect. There are 2 scriptures that go along with this. In Romans chapter 12, verse 10, the scripture reads, "Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves." And 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 17 says, "Show proper respect to everyone. Love the family of believers. Fear God, honor the emperor." So we're going to now talk about there are 4 kinds of authorities that deserve respect. The first one is divine authority, which is described in the scripture Matthew chapter 28, verse 18. "Then Jesus came to them and said, 'All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me.'" That authority is delegated to 3 other spheres of authority on earth. The next one, chapter 2, number 2, civil authority. That's shown in Romans chapter 13, verse 1 through 7. So Paul tells us to submit to civil authorities. And also in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 13 through 14, The scripture reads, "Submit yourselves for the Lord's sake to every human authority, whether to the emperor as the supreme authority, or to governors who are sent by him to punish those who do wrong and to commit those who do right." And now we'll talk about number 3. And I'll get my notes ready. Number 3, authority, church authority, church authority. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 17. "Have confidence in your leaders and submit to their authority, because they keep watch over you as those who must give account. Do this so that their work will be a joy, not a burden, for that would be of no benefit to you." And number 4, parental authority, parental authority. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 through 3. "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on earth." So let's quickly review what we've talked about. We talked about 4 kinds of authorities that deserve respect. The first one is divine authority. The second one is civil authority. The third one is church authority. And the fourth one is parental authority. Okay, now we're going to talk about 5 reasons to respect those around you, even when you don't feel like doing so. Number 1, God expects it. How's that one? So Romans chapter 12, verse 10 says, "Outdo one another in showing honor." God expects us to honor one another with love and grace he has shown us. But when we forget how much grace we've received, we start questioning how respectful we really need to be. We become more concerned with our own rights and privileges than God's command that we honor the people he's put in our lives. Okay, and we respect others because God has set the example of honor, because he expects us to do so. Number 2, respect multiplies. Respect multiplies. The beauty of doing hard things for God is the blessing that follows. When we sow respect into the lives around us, those seeds are not fruitless. Respect multiplies. When you respect someone who doesn't deserve it, you attribute value to them. Many people are so unaccustomed to being treated with honor that they return the favor. Some of the most hardened people you've met may blossom when given undeserving respect. This is the nature of grace. Give honor, and watch God work. Number 3, everyone is an image bearer. Think about that everyone we interact with is an immortal soul. That's incredible thought. Everyone we meet is created in the image of God. Even the rudest cashier, the most grumpy coworker, or the most difficult parent is an image bearer. As fellow creations of God, we need to recognize the innate value in others, even when that honor is not realized. Number 4, your respect is your testimony. At the end of the day, people don't notice whether you go to church or don't drink and swear. They remember how you made them feel. If you treat someone with honor and respect, especially when they know they didn't deserve it, that respect is your testimony. It tells them there is something different about you. You didn't seek revenge or justice. You gave them respect. You listened. That small step is a seed planted in their heart. By offering respect, you are building trust, which brings us to our final point. Number 5, respect builds trust. Respect builds bridges. It brings people to a place of trust. By respecting others, you're showing them that they have value, a value that originates with God. This grace draws them to you, which grants you an opportunity to share the gospel. Though it is difficult to respect others at times, remember that you're doing it to honor God, not to please man. When you choose respect, God smiles. He sees even if no one else does. So let's give a quick review of what we had talked about, these 5 elements. So these 5 elements, there are 5 reasons to respect those around you, even when you don't feel like doing so. Number 1, God expects it. Number 2, respect multiplies. Number 3, everyone is an image bearer. Number 4, your respect is your testimony. Number 5, respect builds trust. So we talked about 3 things today. We talked about what is respect. We talked about morals plus manners equals respect. And then we talked about the 4 kinds of authorities that deserve respect and the 5 reasons to respect people around you. So, in conclusion, receiving respect from others is an important thing because it helps us feel safe and to express ourselves. Respect means that you accept somebody for who they are, even though they're different from you or you don't agree with them. Respect in your relationships builds feelings of trust, safety, and well-being. Give respect, and you will receive it too. My name is David Ewen, and this is Resurrection Center Radio. Thank you for listening.